I moored up for the night near Wood End Lock. The Trent Mersey Canal soon changes course and heads north-east towards Fradley Junction. This week's plan is to pass through Fradley Junction, and as I know the rain is to set in, I'll moor up for the night just south of Barton under Needwood. I'll then have a long day of navigation as I carry on through Burton upon Trent, where it almost follows the busy A38 carriageway. Willington will be my next stop, where I plan to moor to its east on a quiet stretch near Swarekestone. Once passing the busy boating community of Shardlow, I'll head out onto the River Trent, which alternates between wide expanses of the river and narrower controlled cuts. I'll pass Sawley Marina, and where the Erewash Canal comes down to meet the Trent, I'll turn south onto the River Soar, winding past Redhill Marina, where I'm due to continue the fit-out. So I've just arrived at Fradley Junction, a bit windy today. It looks like it's busy already, one up, one down. There is a volunteer on the first gate, on the first lock, so let's hope all 5 of them have volunteers. That would be fantastic. So I've got a bit of a window this morning before the rain. The rain kicks in at around about 2 o'clock. So I will clear Fradley Junction, and I may even clear Burton on Trent. I don't know yet, but I'll take my time. I'm not in a rush. I've left my car back near Little Haywood, so I'll go and pick that up either tomorrow or Sunday, and see how we get on. I waited for the boat coming in the opposite direction to pass me, and I lined up and drove into the first lock, called Shade House Lock. I passed through the first 2 locks surprisingly quickly. The lock volunteers helped no end, and there was no need for me to get off the boat. There are 5 locks in total here, and the place is bustling with boaters and gongoozlers. And lots of moored boats. There's a boat yard, a boat club, a Canal and River Trust information centre and a cafe. The Swan pub always has people inside, and opposite it is where the Coventry Canal joins the Trent Mersey. There wasn't a Canal and River Trust volunteer at Keeper's Lock, but just as I was about to open the paddles, a viewer offered to help instead. Neville Wells is his name, and once he's retired in around about 6 weeks, he plans to live aboard his narrowboat Percy full-time. He has a blog if you want to see what he's up to. I've included a link in the description below. So I'm at Hunt's Lock. It's the north lock in the Fradley Junction network. There's only 5 here, to be fair, anyway. But I've just been told by the boat going up through the lock that it gets really quite windy once you get out into the open, because the wind rushes off the fields, and with you being a flat-sided boat, it pushes you into the bank. Well, that's quite good, because I was going to sort of tentatively wait at the lock and close the gates behind me, but I was worried about the nose being pushed out because of the wind coming off the field. But luckily there's another boat coming in the opposite direction, and when that happens you leave the gates open for them so they can just go straight into the lock. It makes it much easier for them, so they don't have to get off the boat beforehand. Up and off before 8 AM, I noticed the table and honesty box to the left as I came to Winchore Lock. Overnight there were bags of wood for sale, but as I passed through the lock, the owner was busily adding clothes, toys and games to the table, obviously hoping for passing narrowboat trade. When heading towards the boat on the right, they obviously saw me appear behind them and desperately wanted to push off from the bank so they could be in front. Something wasn't quite right, as the look of disappointment and a lady asking what on earth happened were very clear as I passed them. So I got to the next lock, opened the gate and waved them in. After all, I'm single-handed, and regardless how fast I can get through a lock, I'll never be as fast as 4 people. They were so happy. My good deed for the day. Just waiting below Branston Lock. There's a boat in the lock coming up, so I'm just waiting for them to clear it and leave the gate open for me. I'll go in. It's quite busy on the network this morning. Lots of boaters coming out of marinas and other boats going on day trips. So far the weather has stayed dry, and I can see Patron Trent in the horizon, so not far to go. When filling up with water at the basin there, I spotted this beauty. Black swans are native to Australia and were brought to the UK as an ornamental bird. Facing competition from our native white swans, it's rare to see a black one. Thank you for viewer Callum, who took this photo of Alice sitting in the canal near Swarekestone. It was a rainy few days at Weston-on-Trent, but it was soon time to head east. So it's quite a busy day today. Lots and lots of volunteers on virtually all the locks, or lots of boats moving around, so I haven't actually had to get off the boat yet. Going through Shardlow at the moment. Really nice area. I would like to stay in this area a bit more, but I need to crack on and go down the River Trent, where I will be mooring up to sort of south of the junction there. Leaving the Trent Mersey Canal, the wide River Trent was really calm. Being a Saturday, many of the boats also travelling east were heading back to the hire rental area at the Sawley Cut. It's a really busy area with a large marina, Derby Motorboat Club, a full set of facilities by Sawley Locks, including canal and river truss showers. The CRT volunteers were out in force at the impressive automated Sawley Locks. At the junction of the River Trent, the Erewash Canal, the River Soar and the Cranfleet Cut is a wide open area. There's a sailing club here and there were lots of boats taking advantage of the light winds. After a night of camping out, lots of scouts were learning how to use canoes and kayaks. I was heading south on the River Soar. So I've left the River Trent. I'm now down on the River Soar. I'm heading towards Red Hill Marina. But now down onto the very peaceful River Soar, where I will moor up. A number of flood locks sat open and idle. No need for them today. At Red Hill Marina, a nervous owner watched on as their boat re-entered the water after what looked like a fresh coat of paint on its hull. The marina is shadowed by the Ratcliffe-on-Soar power station's 8 cooling towers, I know them well, as I filmed them being cleaned a number of years ago for BBC News. I ascended to the top of one of them and did an interview. At 199 metres tall, they flex and move in the wind, and they were surprisingly thin. I could see for miles from the top, but today I'm just fine sticking to ground level. The marina follows the bends of the River Soar and is lined with many large wide beams and Dutch barges. I carried on south to where I was to moor and start finalising the fit out. Click the subscribe button if you want to follow my journey. It doesn't cost you anything and it simply informs you about new episodes. If you like this episode, please do click the thumbs up. And until next time, see you later.